Meeting has been live streamed. I assume
sure
that
is.
I can be in YouTube and Zoom at the same time on my phone, but hopefully that's going to work.
Yep. I guess I should turn the camera this way. Hey guys, we're live. Chloe Sanctuary in the desert. Hold on a second here.
Yeah, we're live.
I don't feel like I'm alive. Am I alive, Lorelai? Am I alive? Oh, well, are you whining? Are you whining, little girl? Are you?
Is that KK on the floor?
Yeah, it's KK on the shoe, actually. Hi, KK. And Lorelai on the lap. Lorelai on the lap, and Sugar hanging over my head. Hi, Sugar Bird. What are you doing back there, Jazzy Jazz Bird? Looking at the scenery, huh? At least we have scenery, don't we? Yeah.
Beautiful scenery.
We have mountains. We have lots of mountains. Snow on the mountains, too. Either that or somebody really went crazy with white paint. I'm not sure. What are you doing? So it's kind of a busy morning after I made a breakfast and Kazi and I made toys. And Kaz said, hi, cockatoo, for the first time in 9 months. So,
Oh my.
Yeah.
We need to celebrate that.
She was all out of sorts after leaving our other place. So let's see what I can do here. We've got.
Sounds windy again at your place.
No, it's not me.
Oh, sorry.
It's not me. It's Eleanor's
Saw
walking.
me at Eleanor.
She's got wind.
Yeah, I'm having trouble trying to turn off the audio in the YouTube app.
I could probably do that. Let's see. Participants. Oops. There you go.
Well, I meant in YouTube, not in Zoom. But,
I think
so
it
that
has
I
to be
don't hear two of you, but with the time delay.
It doesn't matter anyway. They're here to see the birds, not to listen to me or anybody else. Right? Lorelai's being better about KK so far.
Excellent.
Yeah. Careful what you say, though.
Yeah.
She'll figure it out and go, oh, I'm going to go attack KK. She just likes to be on my lap. Such a little girl. Don't you? I hear you, Sugar. Yeah, big sugary bird. Yeah, so Kaz and I made 5 toys, actually 6 toys. We made one for Lucy that got the popcorn box, and it has the little, she likes the crinkle paper. Nobody else here cares about it. They just throw it away, but she likes to play with the crinkle paper, so I got her some of that with the last batch of toy parts. Now we have to start advertising for people who want to make toys. Get some volunteers in here, right, Lorelai? Make toys. What do you think? We can, now that we're officially doing business in Nevada. Hi, kiddo. What are you doing? What are you doing hanging up there? Huh? That's our new station. Up here or on my shoulder, one or the other. Pet me, pet me. I'm the biggest sucker for that, aren't I? You'll go after the other birds when you can, but yeah. So the house is coming along. I just got some more pliers in for the tool making area. We do need another rack in there, but I want something that kind of matches the table, so that may be a while. Right now I have a bunch of toys in bins. I have one bin rack, and then I have a bunch of toys on the floor in bins. Because I don't have a place to put them, do I? No, I don't.
Yeah, the toy making station just looks fabulous. So I think volunteers will love it. It's super motivational to have that huge peach tapestry around, and yeah, the table and the setting up looks great. So
yeah, it actually turned out nice. I never expected to get something like that though. Did not expect to get a table like that. I just looked around and said, hey, it looks like you could have King Arthur's round table in here. It's such a big dining area. Next day I get a picture of a table. I didn't realize how big it was, but well, that'll do. And then went and picked it up, and it's like, oh my word, this thing is almost 7 foot in diameter. Getting a piece of vinyl to go over it to protect it while we were making toys, I almost gave up. I finally found one that was exactly 7 feet, and so it hangs over just a little bit, and it's pretty thick plastic, so I don't have to worry about scuffing the table. But
mighty mender. I see a mighty mender.
what are you doing, Salamander? Usually you come over when she's getting petted.
Falcon says the new curtains add just the right touch.
Yeah, I labored over those things, what to get, and finally decided the best thing was just a burgundy curtains, and it does look good. And we got we have a poster coming. That's a movie poster for the movie Excalibur. I was looking online, and they have like replicas of the of Excalibur online from the one from the movie that are they're made for sword fighting. Is what they're made. They're not very strong, but they're made for like play sword fighting. But $28, I can't justify spending $28 on a sword, but it would look pretty cool. And then there's some plastic Holy Grail glasses that would be fun to drink at while you're making toys. I ordered some like dark wicker baskets to put the toy making tools in, trying to make it look old time, not present tense type stuff. I'm afraid to ask for the lady of the lake to show up because we might have a flood or something. Hi, baby. What you doing up there? Just need that beak petted, huh? You just need to have that beak petted. Then we got someone donated to 2 big racks. They're 4 foot by 6.5 foot racks that are loaded up with the stuff in that one storeroom. One of the bedrooms is a storeroom. We have another one that's like just cages, and the small cages they were in are pretty much in that room. And then there's one that eventually will be like a bedroom or a room where volunteers can do whatever, like a break room or something. But right now it's just stacked with boxes again. I got rid of all the boxes. I took them down to the recycling they have here, which there isn't much in Parrot, to be honest, with recycling, but Took them down there, and I get there and they go, "You don't have to cut them up." Okay. Well, I spent an hour cutting all these boxes up, and I didn't have to. These ones, I don't think I can fit them in the van, so I'm probably going to have to cut them up anyway. But the storeroom's looking pretty good. I can actually find a lot of things in there, but a lot of stuff when we moved out of Hill House just got dumped into boxes, and I got to sort through them. I've got the loose nails and screws and bolts. I've got a half of a rather large container filled with them, but I got that sorted out. All the tools, all the hand tools are sorted into one bin. I just eventually got to straighten that out. All the power tools are out where I can get to them, because you need drills and other things to do work. So, right, Sugar? What do you think, Lorelei? What does the Lorelei have to say?
Can I play with KK?
KK, she's a shoo-in. She wants to sit on the foot. I've had someone said they're sure that KK is male, and I said males don't vibrate, and the answer I got was, well, sometimes they do. It's like, I've not seen that, so we'll check. They're looking to see, because they had her in their records, her or him. And a DNA check, if it was a feather DNA check, there's no guarantee. If it was blood, it's probably going to be right. But what do you think, KK? Just a relaxing KK.
Today they are all kind of relaxed. Yesterday they were more active.
Yep. Yeah, they were. Well, tomorrow they'll be in the socialization room, because it's going to, well, I say that. When they put rain down, sometimes it means there's a 10% chance of raining at 8 p.m. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to rain, but it's supposed to be colder.
That was Amanda, Cutie.
Yeah.
We will have bad weather tomorrow again too.
Well, shame on the weather. We're not allowed to have that kind of thing.
Actually, I'd appreciate some rain. The thing is, it's more heavy winds and storm and stuff like that, but without any rain. So it's pretty dry for this time of year, which is not so good, because now all the spring flowers come out. Today it was a lovely day. I was outside in the garden, and the sun shone down, and yeah, I admired the flowers and worked a little bit on some parts in the garden to get ready for the next season.
What are you doing up there? I think most of the gardens around here are like indoor.
I think you lost
indoor.
some people due to the clock change today. A lot of people are in chat from usual who are usually here, but looks like that some Europeans, like I am, nearly missed the live stream.
Yeah, I should have put up a notice, but I started making toys, and I had a couple of people call, and I got distracted.
Without a notice, I might likely have missed it, because it's like you have had a time change, and in Europe we have not. So
well,
we'll have
I always joke
2 weeks as therefore.
Politicians can't change time. They think they can do things, but they're pretty useless, especially here. And all they can do is make us change our clocks. You know what? See, that's where our rain goes. It goes up in the mountains, and then around us, because we're all surrounded by mountains. So the rain falls up there, or the snow, and then it becomes our water supply down here. So
that's excellent.
I think that's how this little town came to be, because water in the middle of the desert is not an easy thing, but when you're surrounded by mountains, you can do that. We have, what I understand, quite deep aquifers here, so you don't have to worry about the water. Right, Lorelai? Lorelai, she's just totally into being petted this morning. This is not the way Lorelai usually is. She's usually getting into things and causing trouble.
And causing trouble is usually a cause thing, but I know a lot of others love to do it.
She doesn't usually hurt. This one doesn't, go after another bird to actually try to hurt them, but she'll harass them is what she does.
We really need that causing trouble emoji.
Yeah. What? Oh, you want some petting now? You do? Okay. All right.
Needy Moluccans.
So I'm working on the volunteer thing. I've got a couple of postings on Volunteer Match. And then I have to see where I probably go to thrift stores and stuff like that and talk to people. Probably have to get out and about and talk. Oh, Mander, don't touch my beak, he says. He doesn't like his beak petted, but he likes to be preened. Don't you? Lorelai, what are you doing? You start getting active, I get nervous. Yes, I do. Little girl.
Booby.
The cuteness. Little bug. She's a good girl. She just has her moments. When I'm chasing around at her, yelling at her, and telling her not to chew my shoes. Right, Lorelai? And I finally got that freezer out of the house. I've got a appliance dolly, so I got that out because that thing's just old and falling apart. And I didn't want it leaking all over the floor, so it's at one of the sheds out there. The one that doesn't have a door. I got to get a door for that shed too. The floor doesn't look too good, so there's a little bit of work that has to be done over there. That one though has got a full workshop in it, so that's probably the one I'm going to fix up first. Well, other than putting a door on the other one. Because there are things we can store outside. Aren't there? Aren't there? You sneezing too, Lorelai? What? What do you want? What does that beak want? I still haven't decided if we need a freezer. The thing is that we can't really shop at Costco because that's a 2.5 hour round trip. Actually, a little longer, about 3 hours. And then you got to be in there an hour while you're buying stuff. And then, I mean, you have to find a way to keep it cold coming back. You can do that in the winter, but you won't be doing that in the summer. So probably just have to go with small amounts from Walmart.
And Sugar says we can drive to Walmart twice a day because the McDonald's is in the same street.
Yeah, this one in her fries, huh? Although I can make her fries now, so.
Yeah. And popcorn.
Yeah, Lucy's actually popcorned out. I gave her one of those popcorn containers, which kind you get in the theater, with a good 5 or 6 tablespoons of popcorn in there, and she ate a few and stuck her head in it, like in the video. But
Oh, Lucy.
she left
She
most
has
of it.
as much fun with popcorn as I do.
Yeah, she
I
loves
love
popcorn.
fresh popcorn. Haven't had any popcorn in a while. Aaron says, love them French fries. Oh yeah, I do too.
Hi, sweetheart. What do you want?
Sugar.
What do you want, sugar bird? A sugar bird. A sugar bird. Hi, beautiful. Hi, Lorelei. I know I'm not ignoring the Lorelei.
Oh, we have a question from Lisa. It's about air fryer. Don, I heard that an air fryer is toxic to parrots. What's your opinion? Thank you.
Well, there's a couple of things. They have to get pretty hot, so you have to be sure you get one that does not have Teflon. So there's a big thing. The other thing is, anytime you're cooking and you're getting oil into the air, you have to be careful. So, like when I do the French fries, I do those in the microwave for her, but then I put them on the stove and toast them up a little on the outside, so I don't have to run a fryer. But oil in the air can make it so they can't breathe. So, depending on what you're using the air fryer for, if you're getting oil into the air, then you want to have that where it's ventilated and none of that air is going to get to the birds. What I can do if I'm going to do something like that is open the kitchen window, and then I've got this big exhaust fan. And I mean, the kind that'll blow you away. And I set that up, and then I can get airflow so that I can cook with a little bit of oil. But that's mainly the issues: the oil in the air, and then the Teflon are the two things you have to watch out for. There aren't a lot of companies making things without Teflon, so you have to check. We had a toaster oven that didn't have Teflon in it. Oster makes one of those, but we lost that when we left with the flood. It disappeared. So no toaster oven. But again, you always have to check. They got to make sure. And the best thing to do is to call the manufacturer. Sometimes the manufacturer will be answering questions on Amazon, and they'll come back and tell you yes or no. So just be sure. That's all I've heard about air fryers. I haven't heard of any other thing. It's Teflon and oil. Anything that's frying is going to get pretty hot, and Teflon over 390 degrees is a fatal. Well, when you hit 425, for sure, it's fatal. The Teflon gets in the air and then it kills birds. What do you think? You think you need to be petted? Is that what you're telling me, big boy? Yeah, it's tough when you're looking for appliances. Most ovens come with a disclaimer now. If you read the instructions, it'll tell you if you use the self-cleaning feature, you'll kill every bird in the house. I mean, it doesn't say it that way. It says that it is poisonous to birds, is what it says. And in the U.S., since people don't cook much, I had the question, well, how do you clean your oven if you don't use the self-cleaning feature? And I say, well, I generally use, a paste of baking soda and use elbow grease. In other words, I scrub it till it's clean. You can do that? Yeah.
Jocelyn wants to know if you are glad you are not living near California now with all the rain in California.
Oh yeah. There's a number of reasons I'm glad I'm not living in California, but yeah, there's a lot of problems in California. I am glad we're out of there. Lived there almost all my life too. There was like 4 months I wasn't living in California before this. I was up in Washington State for 4 months, but too cold.
GTH mentions in chat that it is important to ask about PTFE or fluorocarbons in general, because Teflon is only a trade name or product name.
Right, PTFE, yep.
That's the thing. At the Teflon is not the only thing. Teflon is more like, one within a huge kind of chemicals which are used to achieve that behavior one wants to get with when one uses Teflon.
Yeah, the toaster oven I had was stainless steel and no other additives. So. And I talked to the manufacturer directly on that, and they said, no, there's nothing in there that can harm a bird. So they actually made that unit for that reason, for people who didn't want the Teflon, So.
Oh, have we lost Eleanor?
I think so.
She might come back. So let's see, we have, I think, another question. Lisa wants to know in which part of Washington State you have been when you were there.
I lived in Marysville, about 40 miles north of Seattle.
Oh, Eleanor is in the chat. That's great.
Hi, Eleanor.
Oh, that was a shitty line.
Oh, sugary bird, what do you want? You want someone to pet that big beak? Do you?
So, Don, when you tell about all these toxic fumes which can be dangerous to birds, there are people who have super good cooker hoods. So that helps, right?
It does, if it can suck all that air out of there, but I still wouldn't use any Teflon.
No, not that, but it's actually, if you have birds also that you are aware of certain things, how to cook, and yeah, you even if you don't use Teflon or so, you can, for example, forget something on the stove, and then it starts fuming or so, which is also not good for the birds.
Yeah.
So.
Which is another reason you should have one of those big. Oh, they're going to throw something over my fence again. It's funny because the street address here is over there, but the front of the house is on the other side. And these guys come over, especially FedEx, and they don't know what to do. Like, well, there's a mailbox and there's a house. Well, actually, yeah, but most houses don't have carports in front of the door. So it just.
The fun thing about these, what's the name again, cooker hoods, is you can smell what the neighbors are cooking.
Yeah. Well, those cooker hoods, the ones that have the high volume fans on them, those are great. You don't have to worry too much with those. As long as you're just talking about oil and that kind of thing, because it'll suck it right out to the top of the house. But it's not the you don't find that many homes that have them, but they are good. Here, I just got the vent. If you're cooking something. Thank you.
Present from the Shuggy.
Yeah, that's 35 pounds of bird food. Supreme fruit flavor.
Oh, yeah, now I see. FedEx. That's not no paid advertisement. Just to say.
Yes, it's not. Yes. Well, UPS usually delivers to the front of the house. FedEx throws things over the fence.
Can you guys see all the birds interested at the other part of the aviary, like Lucy? And suddenly Jasmine got up.
That's really funny. They're all just staring at the van as it drives off.
I think they're upset that the driver hasn't come out and over to them and say hi and then stayed there forever.
It's the welcome committee.
So let's see. I think there was another question from Barbara Buckman. Do you have curtains on part of your aviary?
No. They would eat curtains if you put up curtains. I've got a tarp that I'm going to put on this end when the wind's up, but no curtains. No.
And it
they would enjoy. They would enjoy them for a day or two. Because they like to eat things like that, don't you guys? Heck, the only place we have curtains in the house right now is in the and they're more for show and toy making room. All the other windows are wide open. I have some rods and I have some relatively inexpensive shower curtains to put up. Something to block the windows. But at this point, we're so far away from everybody. And I've had so much else to do. I haven't done that yet. I'm hoping we get some donations of like blackout curtains for when it really gets hot, but because it will.
And Lisa, back to the Teflon question. She says, "Is cast iron one of the best?"
Cast iron, stainless steel. There's a new titanium that looks like copper. And as far as I know, you can still use the copper tinned ones, the really expensive sets that cooks use. You just don't want anything that's non-stick. And although technically some forms of glass are non-stick, but depends what you're cooking in. I wouldn't cook something like an egg in glass because it'll stick right to it. But
and you want to avoid too much smoke as well if you can.
Yeah, exactly. So mostly I cook in stainless steel, and like when I'm warming up their food, I cook it in warm it up in stainless steel, and then when I cook in a pressure cooker. So. And the pressure cooker will take your vegetables and kill listeria and botulism, anything else that manages to sneak its way in on a vegetable. So, right, Lorelai? It doesn't kill everything, but pretty close. Bacteria for sure, it's gone, but some viruses are a little hardier.
Some comment from GTH. Why some cultures never developed age of sail ships? Cockatoos? Question mark.
Are you saying that the cockatoos ate all the wood so they couldn't build ships?
Other people said, I stay here forever because no bird can be any better than these birds.
I hear you, little girl. Well, it's the old myth about the pirates with the parrots on their shoulder. That's just a myth. There may have been one somewhere, but for the most part, that's just a myth.
Oh, there's another comment from Lisa, and she says, I heard crock pots might be toxic to parrots also. So I'm just wondering, like, if you mean the crock pot brand, which is just the ceramic bowl, I don't see why that would be, but if there's other brands, then they might have non-stick coatings you would need to check.
Yeah. And pressure cookers don't use Teflon, so.
Because anything that's just ceramic that's, glazed in normal glaze or is just plain, that should be fine, I think, Don.
Should be. I don't use a slow cooker, but and I've known people who use slow cookers and make a mistake, like put it on warm for 5 or 6 hours after something's cooked and then expect to be able to eat it safely. One couple, they were up all night after they did that. So, with a pressure cooker, when you cook in there, when it gets up to 10 pounds of pressure in a electric one, or 15 in a in one that doesn't have elements, where you cook it on the stove, you're going to kill anything in there that might hurt you. Like I said, with the exception of if you're using a 10-pound and it's a virus, some viruses can survive that, but bacteria can't.
Yeah, to GTH, he says, I just can't imagine living somewhere where the wildlife has more personality than the humans, another world.
Oh.
Oh, and from Barbara Buckman, the question is about pots again. What about pots like, and now I don't know how to say it, like
Le Creu. Yeah, I have a Le Creu. Yeah, they're cast iron with an enamel coating, so that should also be fine.
Yeah, enamel's fine if it's just an enamel coating, but again, if you're not sure, just check with the manufacturer. So yeah, enamel's normally not a problem. I have some of these. I haven't used them here, but I have a couple of titanium fry pans, electric fry pans. You're not going down there. No, you're not going to do that. We all know why you go down, because you want to go down there and bother her. You're not going to do it. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to go get that box, because I really don't want their food sitting out in the sun. Once the meeting's over, I've got to probably take Lorelei and go get the box, put the box inside, bring Lorelei back out. I can't leave her in here with KK, because she is not friendly to KK. She taunts her. She doesn't hurt her, but she taunts her.
I think that's Lorelei's way of making friends, though, isn't it?
It can be. It's hard to say.
This is no one else realizes, or at least appreciates, that that's how you make friends. They're like, why can't you be nice?
Lorelei, in that. What are you doing?
Barbara Buckman wants to know, how is the newest baby doing, the KK bird?
KK's doing fine, aren't you, KK? You doing okay? KK? She's snoozing sitting on my foot snoozing. She won't be sitting on my foot snoozing if Lorelei gets down off me, though. She'll run away from Lorelei.
One day they
happy to
become friendos. GTH, on the subject of making friends the hard way, has Babalu met KK?
Oh, they get along fine. No problems at all. In fact, Bob's preened KK a couple of times now. He moves a little fast for anybody, but once KK realized he was just trying to, it's just a preening session, it was okay. Yeah, they get along.
Yeah, it's Lorelei and Cos that are the troublemakers.
Yep, that's for sure. Right, Lorelei?
Which is more evidence that KK might be female.
Exactly. Yeah, I just was a little shocked when I had somebody say, well, I've seen males vibrate. And I said, well, I haven't. that would be really a little different.
Not saying it could never happen, but what are the chances?
Pretty unlikely. I mean, you're waking up down there, KK?
Babalu is a super friendly bird. He wants to be friends with everyone, and he's really disappointed if someone doesn't want to be friends with him.
Yeah, he just doesn't know how to do the social thing, but he wants to be friends.
I think most of them seem to figure out eventually that that's what he wants.
Yeah, even Manda now has figured a way. So Bob preens him, Manda likes to be preened. Oh, Lisa wants to know if Cecil has been banging on your Don. She misses watching him.
Yeah, he's got a new toy right there. He was hitting me with it yesterday. He hasn't taken the little rattle out of it yet, but he's working on it.
Doesn't take him long once you get started.
Once he decides he wants it out of there, it's gone within 5 minutes. But he works the outside around and keeps wanting to rattle it, and eventually he just pops it apart and takes it out. But right now he's still enjoying the rattle part.
Rattle, rattle, rattle ball.
What are you guys doing over there? Lorelei, what are you doing? What you doing?
With a cuddle.
Being a good girl. And she can sit on her daddy.
Yeah, we all know that she is a good girl, really.
She is. She just has her moments.
GTH says, I just hope I think that Cecil doesn't learn to use that piece of rope as a whip or wipe. I guess whip.
A whip. Like
No,
Indiana Jones.
He uses a spoon pretty viciously, though. Wooden spoons. He takes the sharp end and whacks you with it.
Voice of Animal says KK seems to be reserved. That might be. She's only there for 2 weeks now.
Yeah, their personality can really change a lot once they settle in.
She's pretty new. She has gone through a lot lately because her daddy died, and then after that she has had to be transported from Alaska down to Nevada by air transport. And now she tries to integrate into the sanctuary flock.
It's got to get to know 11 other birds. So, not easy. but she's doing good.
She is. She's doing well. Like a little girl.
And actually today they are all a little bit kind of, doing not much. So maybe she just, joins them. I also don't know, maybe the aviary feeling is something new for her. So some cockatoos seem to enjoy the outside by just sitting there silently and looking around and enjoying the panorama. I think inside she was climbing around in the socialization room and stuff like that. So sweet girl. Yeah, and it's nice to look there. all that beautiful mountains around. Yeah, I see in my YouTube pictures is the sugary bird.
Hey, sugar.
Begging sugary bird.
Yeah, because I guess if they lived in Alaska, KK probably didn't have an aviary there, so.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be able to use it for most of the year.
That's right.
No, she's not used to being out. Oh yeah. I'll take a nap. I'll just take a nap. Oh, you're the only one that's not napping. You're the only one that's not napping.
She's not napping, she's whining. Got another feather malfunction. She's got a beard feather this time.
Just what's going on here? Oh, we're okay. All right. Looks weird in the picture, but her beak is normal. It's just.
Oh, have you done the KK beak yesterday?
No, not yet. I was going to do it yesterday and changed my mind. It's going to take a few times of her watching me do it to others, I think. She's had this problem for a while. I'd like to fix it right away, but working on beaks is something you have to get the trust. You have to get their trust first. So,
well, the thing is, if it took a long time to get like that, then it's not going to go away overnight. It'll take a long time to get it back to normal. It's like they say with weight loss, if you put it on over a long time, you're not going to take it off over a long time.
The upside down sugary bird is entertaining the chat. I don't know if one can say that KK has a scissor beak, but it's not okay the way it is at the moment. So Don needs to work on it.
Yeah, I've got to flatten the bottom section. I can take off about a half an inch at a time, and I think it's going to take 2 sessions to flatten it. And then I have to put a curve in the bottom. So, and all that without terrorizing her. So, right, Lorelei? Lorelei says I get terrorized when he does my nails.
Oh, Lorelei.
Poor little girl. Oh, he does your nails and you just get so terrorized. And with her nails, I take off just a tiny. I mean, there's almost nothing I take off. I just take off the sharp edge. Because hers don't grow too long. They just get sharp. But he gets all upset about it. Those are my nails. Don't mess with them.
And GTH writes, doing beaks must be emotionally difficult, easy to procrastinate, I suspect.
I generally don't procrastinate. I get them done when they need to be done. But in her case, she doesn't build up the full level of trust. and I'm going to grab her beak and I'm going to hit her with a Dremel. I mean, I don't want to break the trust I've already got from her, but she can't go on like this much longer. So it would be different if I could hold her and have somebody else do the beak, because I can walk somebody through how to do it, and then she would not have that feeling that I was the one causing the problem. But you need your beak done there, girl. You do, Lorelei. These are not easy buttons to get off, but if you really worked on it, you could do it.
Says if only Dremels were silent, but I don't know if it's the sound or it's just, you know, the kind of strange feeling when a Dremel hits your beak for the first time.
Yeah, I guess it's like having your teeth polished at the dentist. It's like it doesn't hurt, but you just feel the vibration, and it's just like, ooh.
Yeah. It's suddenly certainly kind of weird for birds, and I don't know what they see, because the Dremel moves pretty fast and we don't see it really, but they capture movement better than we do, so it might just look more dangerous to them than to us.
Lorelei, what are you doing eating my clothing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Jocelyn writes she's missing her cockatoo, Polly. Polly is at the moment with a friend because she is on vacation in Florida. But she hasn't known that she would miss him so much, being separated from him. That's the thing, right, Don? You couldn't be separated from them for one day.
I really can't. No. I feel bad when I have to go somewhere. If I have to leave and go pick up something, or I start feeling the pull of getting back there so that Lorelei can eat my clothing.
And Barbara Buckman is asking, is it cold there today?
No, it's not cold. It's about 66 right now. The high is supposed to be 71 Fahrenheit.
Is that the usual temperature for this time of the year in the desert?
Yeah, that's about right. The average fall winter temperature here is 68 Fahrenheit, so about 20 degrees centigrade, somewhere in that range.
And Voice for Animals tells in chat that he or she and the sister have birds, and they don't do vacations both together. So always one of them is with the birds.
That's good. That's the optimum way, because they really don't like to be left alone with strangers.
Yeah, probably also depends a little bit on the bird. So when we put my budgies for 1 week in the summer vacation to one of our friends, they usually like it there within 20 minutes. They go in and then they are like, so, oh yeah, we know that, flat, and then they rouse and start to chirp. They get excellent entertainment there. So the friend is playing the guitar for them and everything. So I think they like it there very much. Maybe it's also when the whole flock moves, then maybe.
Maybe so. Hey, little girl.
Let's see. Spirit says there's a place near me that boards birds. I like to visit the borders. Some are there for a month. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, but better having a place like that. because everyone can be hit by something that one must go to hospital also, and better one knows a spot where the bird can be with person who know what they do. Our Spirit says the bird in my profile picture was boarded for over a year during COVID. Oh, and Barbara added that she asked you because she saw you were wearing a denim shirt.
No, that's because I have to do laundry tomorrow. It's the only one I have that doesn't have bird poop all over it. It doesn't take long. You come out and they christen everything. So just running out of clothes. I have to go down and to the laundromat and do laundry tomorrow. At least by Wednesday, I need to get it done. So.
Well, it would be probably an interesting job to have a birdie hotel where you board or host birds while their owners are on vacation or in hospital or anything else is going on.
It would. It's just scary with the diseases that are out there, you know, when you have birds coming in and out of a place like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Probably if you do certain things like tests or so and don't have the birds in one room together, so everyone gets his private room, you know.
If you can do the private room thing, the thing is that you can test for I changed the name of the stupid thing. I don't remember it, but you can test for bornoviruses, but that doesn't mean the bird has PDD or anything like that. So you don't know for sure what they're carrying. You will if it's polyoma or something like that, but
Voice for Animals says, yes, and sometimes people do not care for all their needs as much as we do. Birds are demanding after all. Yeah, it's really important to give the bird to someone who knows what to do with a bird, especially if the bird needs medication or that's hard, because even a lot of bird owners aren't fully educated, but yeah,
if the bird has a blood feather or something like that and starts bleeding, and these people don't know what to do, well, that's all they wrote. That's all they wrote, because you can bleed to death from a broken blood feather. So, got to go get the hemostats and pull it out.
TTH wants to know: do you even need a dryer in Nevada?
Yeah. Well, I don't like hanging my clothes outside, so yeah, you do need a dryer. But
I pretty much do all my things outside, sometimes even in winter, but only certain things like towels or so I put in the dryer. Spirit says the place near him has operated since 1980. So, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it is. Hey, baby. It's almost time we're going to have to do the shuffle with you. Take you in so I can bring the box in and bring you back out. Just because you won't get along with KK. Yeah, it's already after 1 o'clock. We got to do that. Got to get that food out of the sun, don't we? Yeah.
Were the boys already out?
What's that?
Were the boys already out when you go inside?
No. I'm just taking Lorelei in so I can bring that box in. What's going on here?
Oh, the box with the from FedEx. Oh my, I forgot.
Yeah, the one they threw over there. It's if they put it somewhere in the shade, it's different, but it's sitting in the sun. And I don't want the food sitting out there. So, KK, you're gonna have to get off my foot. Well, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We're gonna do the box shuffle here with Lorelei.
Oh, thanks for the stream, Don.
Yeah, we'll see you guys on Wednesday, and I'll try to remember to let everybody know we do have a time change. So I said time change. The clocks are required to be changed by the government. They can't change time. Those people have trouble, changing anything, let alone time.
Excellent.
Say bye, Lorelei. Say bye, Lorelei. Say bye, Mander. Mander.
We have actually no cockatoo who says bye.
Well, Bob says bye, but he's not out.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Babalu on the travel to Nevada, and when they were driving off California, he was telling bye bye,
bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.
He's a smart boy. He knew they are bye buying.
Yeah, he is a smart guy. Well, thanks for hanging out with us.
They can recognize it. So have all a great time.
Yeah, we'll see you on Wednesday.